Good morning, welcome to this morning's meditation space with me. Morning Diane, morning Nick. So I'm going to start by reading from Opening Doors Within by Eileen Cuddy. You will never know whether something works unless you try it. You will never know whether the electricity is on unless you put your hand on the switch and switch it on. You have to take some action to prove that it works. So with faith, it is useless just sitting there talking about faith if you do not live by it, and if no one can see what it means to you. It is useless talking about living by faith when your security is in your bank balance and you know you can draw on it whenever you choose to do so. It is when you have nothing and can step off the deep end and do the seemingly impossible because your faith and security are rooted and grounded in me that you can talk about living by faith and be a living demonstration of it. Go ahead and put your faith to the test and see what happens. I don't know about you all, but that's a very perfect message for me this morning. So I'm going to open a guide for the Advanced Soul as well and see what there is here for us this morning. The only way to deal with the future is to function efficiently in the now. And I'd also like to do a one-card reading this morning from the Osho Zen Tarot for all of us. That's these beautiful cards with Osho's signature on. He didn't just put them on these, they're on all of them, just in case anyone was wondering. Good morning, Tony. This morning's card is existence. It's actually one of my favourite images from these cards, as it just epitomises everything. Existence, can you see that? So beautiful. You are not accidental. Existence needs you. Without you, something will be missing in existence and nothing can replace it. That's what gives you dignity, that the whole of existence will miss you. The stars and the sun and the moon, the trees and the birds and the earth. Everything in the universe will feel a small place is vacant, which cannot be filled by anybody except for you. This gives you a tremendous joy, a fulfillment that you are related to existence, and existence cares for you. Once you are clean and clear, you can see tremendous love falling on you from all dimensions. This naked figure sits on the lotus leaf of perfection, gazing at the beauty of the night sky. She knows that home is not a physical place in the outside world, but an inner quality of relaxation and acceptance. The stars, the rocks, the trees, the flowers, fish and birds, all are our brothers and sisters in this dance of life. We human beings tend to forget this, as we pursue our own private agendas and believe we must fight to get what we need. But ultimately our sense of separateness is just an illusion, manufactured by the narrow preoccupations of the mind. Now is the time to look at whether you are allowing yourself to receive the extraordinary gift of feeling at home. Whether you are, wherever you are. If you are, be sure to take time to savour it so it can deepen and remain with you. If on the other hand you've been feeling like the whole world is out to get you, it's time to take a break. Go outside tonight and look at the stars. Or go outside this morning and look at the sunrise as it's still coming up, isn't it? It's quite dark here in the UK. So good morning everybody, and if you're just tuning in, please say hi and where you're tuning in from. I might read something from the Prophet as well in a little while. So this morning for me is all about trusting the universe, as some challenges have come up very recently, quite difficult challenges actually. So this is the perfect space for all of us and anyone tuning in any point today, or whenever this reaches you, to come home to yourself, to be in a space of meditationness and openness and receptivity, so that you can receive whatever is needed, and so that you know the right action to take if there is one that needs to be taken. So let's breathe into our stomachs and fill our stomachs with air as we breathe in. And breathing in and out through the nose. Fill your belly as fully as possible. And breathe out as fully as possible. With each breath, coming more and more into your center. And with each breath, allowing the space within to expand, allowing the love and silence within to expand. Breathing in and out through the nose, Breathing deeply into the belly. Just allowing yourself to be with whatever is coming up for you in this space. Being with your thoughts, with your feelings, with your sensations in your body and your emotions. Breathing in and out through the nose, filling the belly with air as much as possible, and as you breathe out as fully as possible. yourself to sink even deeper now. As your breathing deepens, the space within is opening up. So as you allow your breath to deepen, just allowing the space that you are to expand. And in your own time, when you feel ready, you can have a stretch. Open your eyes and let the light in. Allowing this space to continue to open up within you throughout the day. Continue to be aware of the space within you, with the presence within you, bringing your awareness to that presence. Keep bringing your awareness back to that presence throughout the day, in a gentle, loving way. So thank you, everybody. Good morning, Lynn and Pauline and Thomas and Nina and EJ and Ines. Good morning to you all. Blessed, blessed day. I'm going to read something from the Prophet by Kahlil Gibran. Beautiful book. Highly recommend all of you. Just going to open it actually somewhere. Then an old man, the keeper of an inn, said, "Speak to us of eating and drinking." And he said, "Would that you could live on the fragrance of the earth, and like an air plant be sustained by the light. But since you must kill to eat and rob the newly born of its mother's milk to quench your thirst, let it be an act of worship. And let your board stand an altar on which the pure and the innocent of forest and plain are sacrificed for that which is purer and still more innocent in man. When you kill a beast, say to him in your heart, 'By the same power that I slay you, I too am slain, and I too shall be consumed. For the law that delivered you into my hand shall deliver me into a mightier hand. Your blood and my blood is naught but the sap that feeds the trees of heaven. And when you crush an apple with your teeth, say to it in your heart, your seeds shall live in my body, and the buds of your tomorrow shall blossom in my heart, and your fragrance shall be my breath, and together we shall rejoice through all the seasons. And in the autumn, when you gather the grapes of your vineyards for the winepress, say in your heart, I too am a vineyard, and my fruit shall be gathered for the winepress. I too am a vineyard, and my fruit shall be gathered for the winepress. And like new wine I shall be kept in eternal vessels. And in winter, when you draw the wine, let there be in your heart a song for each crop. And let there be in the song a remembrance for the autumn days, and for the vineyard, and for the winepress. Then a ploughman said, Speak to us of work. And he answered, saying, You work that you may keep pace with the earth and the soul of the earth. For to be idle is to become a stranger unto the seasons, and to step out of life's procession that marches in majesty and proud submission towards the infinite. When you work, you are a flute through those hearts, through whose heart the whispering of the hours turn to music. Which of you would be a reed, dumb and silent, when all else sings together in unison? Always you have been told that work is a curse and a labour and a misfortune. But I say to you that when you work, you fulfill a part of earth's furthest dream, assigned to you when that dream was born. And in keeping yourself with labour, you are in truth loving life. And to love life through labour is to be intimate with life's innermost secret. But if you, in your pain, call birth and affliction and the support of the flesh a curse written upon your brow, then I answer that naught but the sweat of your brow shall wash away that which is written. You have been told also that life is darkness, and in your weariness you echo what was said by the weary. And I say that life is indeed darkness, save when there is urge, and all urge is blind, save when there is knowledge. And all knowledge is vain, save when there is work, and all work is empty, save when there is love. And when you work with love, you bind yourself to yourself and to one another and to God. And what is it to work with love? It is to weave the cloth that threads drawn from your heart, even if your beloved were to wear that cloth. It is to build a house with affection, even if your beloved were to dwell in that house. It is to sow seeds with tenderness and reap the harvest with joy, even if your beloved were to eat the fruit. It is to charge all things your fashion with a breath of your own spirit, and to know that all the blessed dead are standing about you and watching. Often I have heard you say, as if speaking in sleep, he who works in marble and finds the shape of his own soul in the stone is nobler than he who ploughs the soil. He who seizes the rainbow to lay in it on a cloth in the likeness of man is more than he who makes the sandals for our feet. But I say, not in sleep, but in the over-wakefulness of noontide, that the wind speaks not more sweetly to the giant oaks than to the least of all the blades of grass. And he alone is great who turns the voice of the wind into a song made sweeter by his own loving. Work is love made visible, and if you cannot work with love, but only with distaste, it is better that you should leave your work and sit at the gate of the temple and take alms of those who work with joy. For if you bake bread with indifference, you bake a bitter bread that feeds but half a man's hunger. And if you grudge the crushing of the grapes, your grudge distills a poison in the wine. And if you sing though as angels and love not the singing, you muffle man's ears to the voice of the day and the voices of the night. So beautiful. Good morning, Stevie. Morning, Vicky. That was an extract from The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. So we'll leave it there today. Many, many blessings. Thank you for joining me in this sacred space. And if you're just tuning in now, if you've missed some of it, please feel free to watch the replay, which I'll be reposting to my timeline now. And if anybody would like to make a donation, I would really appreciate it. Please just send me an inbox for details on how you can do that, so that I can keep providing you all with these blessed meditations and much more. Much love to you all, many blessings. I encourage you all to be in love with yourself today. Share your smiles, share your hugs. Have compassion for yourself and others, and remain connected to the space within, the truth within, the awareness that you are. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bye.